Okay, so we're up to our 5th ad hoc session of Shadowrun, which may end up being a more long-term than ad hoc, depending on how many ad hoc sessions we end up with. And today we have everyone online. So, I will start with Jeremy. Introducing himself.
Good evening all. I'm playing the Elven Go-Ganger, Ancient wannabe, Desmond Deadshot. Who's seemingly got to prove himself worthy of joining such an exalted motorcycle gang as the Ancients. Somewhere along the line, he's probably also going to pick up a motorcycle.
I'm sure there'll be many opportunities for that to happen. I'm sure they're not too expensive at all.
And preferably one that he doesn't blow up when he gets close to take it.
Hey, a lot of these ones have security systems these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to just walk in and walk out with one.
Maybe I'll pick up some computer skills to bypass them.
Bit of hacking always comes in handy. Okay, so also online today we have Victor. Who hopefully has not fallen asleep again. Or he may have just appeared to still get himself some wake-up juice. So we'll move over to Ross. Who's currently on mute. In which case then, until those guys are available, I'll do a quick update of what's been happening. So with our ad hoc sessions, we have introduced 2 sessions where they have both been hired to stop a hold-up of the As Technology superstore chain called Stuffer Shack that sells everything. Literally everything. Always cheaply made, bulk made, very much at a discount. And in the 3rd run they managed to infiltrate a lawyer's firm that mainly deals with eliminations and plant a hacking tool into the system to allow them to upload some data. And in the 4th one, there was a little bit of revenge from the gangs attacking them while they were buying ice cream. So they've had 4 sessions so far of 3 with gunfights and 1 with negotiating your way past some poorly planned security. So.
I'm back.
And we'll have Victor introduce himself and his character.
Sorry.
All good.
What did I miss? I am still playing the Croc guy.
You are?
Guy.
You are still playing the Croc guy.
Okay. I'm Victor from Brazil and I am playing a Croc guy. Komodo guy. Komodo Dragon guy.
Who you call Couscous.
Yeah, Couscous.
And also online we have David.
Hello, I am David. I play Georgie, an escaped medical experiment, a clone who is supposed to be a soldier. He got all his combat training done, but he missed out on all the intellectual side.
At least you didn't have to worry about doing all the different jobs that they're trying to send people on.
Exactly, far too much work.
Okay.
So I'm now back.
And then last one we have is Ross.
Yes, I play the troll that liberated Georgie, or George. He's a little bit disappointed about George because he was supposed to be with him with the last shop hit. And he decided to go off, and the shop got mugged again, and I was the meat shield, but I did not have my Georgie to beat everybody up. So basically, I got shot to pieces, literally.
Yeah, Ross's character ended up with 6 critical injuries, including one that almost took him out of the game.
Yeah. Now I have the ability to heal critical injuries, and heal other people with critical injuries.
I was going to say, it's a good thing he's a healer.
Yeah. Well, they always attack the healer first, isn't it?
Well, you did run them down and kick the gate that they were shooting through onto them, so that you were the only target they could shoot at.
And it's the standard Shadowrun motto: keep the mage first.
It is.
Yeah, but I don't look like a mage.
But you cast a spell.
So I did that after they shot me.
But you also need the person in front that they can see, so they got to shoot you first, and then
You targeted right, just throw a door at them.
Yep.
Hey, if you hit someone for door, there's a good chance that they're going to say, hey, we need to take that person out. They can be worse than...
Yeah, but they weren't very good shooting at the other troll.
They tried.
Yeah. Really happens to be a little bit tougher than me.
And they did manage to get all the critical hits on you, even though they tried to do the same to the other troll in the group.
Yeah, the other troll I think only took was a 1 critical hit.
That's
I
correct.
was doing my job, but the pesky little elf would have got decimated if he got hit.
That is true.
Yeah, he just had a bigger gun. A gun that's got more bullets in it because you ran out.
Indeed. But hey, I made that last shot worthwhile.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, you also blew up the bike.
Well, that wasn't the last shot I was talking about. The last shot before I ran out of bullets was to take out one of the leaders.
He did?
Yeah, but the last shot you did, you also took out one of the leaders too.
Exactly. And yes,
So you got a headshot.
I was hoping it would be. I was looking to gain a bike out of it, but it's still impressive. It killed the
Bad
reputation.
idea if I strap some guns to my back, and so when you run out, you just grab another gun.
Well, I certainly was thinking of buying at least another pistol, so therefore I can have 2 pistols and a reload.
Yeah, I need to invest in a pistol or a cannon or something.
There are many things you can invest in.
Because throwing magic around with my skills isn't that really damaging. It's just more pretty.
You'll eventually get far more devastating, but you don't need to start off that way.
Nah, the guns are all devastating at the moment.
They're always devastating.
And the other thing, of course, is if you carry a gun, you look less like a mage.
Yeah. Well, currently I'm carrying a big bloody baseball bat.
Yeah, that looks like a mage pattern.
Okay, so Jeremy,
Yeah, a baseball bat and a control would look like a wand.
Exactly.
you can choose between 4 different type of pistols.
Mm-hmm.
You have the choice of a light pistol for 100 credits, a base pistol for 300, or a hand cannon that has 4 shots for 345.
Yeah, I think I'd be looking just at another base pistol. So.
Okay, so your character starts off with 300 less credits.
Okay, you happy to pick that up? Marvellous.
Yep.
What's the damage with the hand cannon?
7.
So its base is 7.
Yes, David?
Is there access to... Does Georgie have access to armor at all?
Yes, he does. I'm just gonna make sure
how much money he has and what he can have access to.
Okay, so Georgie, he has nearly 500 credits.
Sweet Jesus.
He needs to buy more ice cream, obviously.
Apparently so.
Okay, so
Ice cream makes it, doesn't it?
he can't get the light body armor, but he can get the concealed Kevlar.
What's the soak for Kevlar?
Has a soak of 1 and a defense of 1.
Cool. Yep, he will get some concealed Kevlar and wear it without any covering.
How big is this hand cannon? Is it something like what Hellboy's running around with?
It's that sort of thing, yes.
Oh, so it's bloody obvious?
It is obvious. It's got a hand cannon
Okay.
after all.
Yeah. It's a why the hell isn't Georgie running around with this?
Okay. Yep. So
Well, the amusing
I would
thing
like
is,
to
it's
buy
a,
one since I'm sure I've still got enough money for something like that.
considering it weighs as much as the light pistol, the hand cannon is actually quite amusing. Okay, so Womp has a hand cannon.
And it's going to be called Quiet Words. So I'm going to say I'm going to have some quiet words with you.
You see, whereas I would have thought it should have been, except it's not semi-automatic, so I think it should have been called.
No, I just if I get an automatic, I'm going to call it pew pew.
Well, it actually has inaccurate, not semi-automatic.
Yeah, the hand cannon.
Yeah.
What game couscous bushes? Like, what's that type of thing I wanna like to take it?
Okay, so
Right.
Couscous has
Is there-
just under
is there-
200 credits.
There's like scrolls or anything like this on this game. I don't know.
Chris was a broke bitch.
I would recommend Couscous also buy a gun.
I don't love Skype subtitles because it called you Whiskers.
What? Is there Skype subtitles? I didn't know.
Oh no,
that.
I've got subtitles on for Skype, and Mark was talking about something about your character Couscous, and somehow it added in Whiskers. It is a cat food about me.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even know Skype has Skype default areas.
Yeah,
Are you-
that's what I thought. That's what I asked.
It does. It's connected to how YouTube does some of its stuff as well.
Yeah, right. That
Okay.
makes sense. Alright, time to say things that's going to confuse the speech to text.
Well, I've got it set to English UK.
Ah.
Okay, so
See, I know.
so what I was recommending for Victor is that his character grab a light pistol, which means it gives him some range capacity without running up to people.
Okay.
Like, still only short range.
So I have a little baby pistol like the Man in Black one.
A tiny little pistol, yes. It only reaches out to a distance you can run, but it's still a ranged attack that you don't have to be adjacent to the person to hit them.
Or it's like on live session when you get stuck on the wrong side of the gate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that little cricket had a big punch.
It did. The little cricket had a huge punch. Okay, so beyond the that, I was going to look up something else he may want to carry with him with his remaining points. So let me see what you've got there. So brass knuckles may also come in handy if you want to, except your claws already do some of that already. So I'd say no, don't worry about brass knuckles. And then I'd say durable clothing for your guys, so you're less squishy.
Ross, background noise.
Yeah.
So are you happy with durable clothing added as well there, Victor?
Yep.
So that spans 150 of your 194 for the session, and that gives you a whole 44 credits to spend today.
Yeah, I still can catch a bus or something.
Okay.
You can afford the ice cream.
I leave the soy stuff though.
Okay, just to make things interesting for you, today they're actually having a bike show at the local museum, where they've got a whole bunch of second-hand and former users available for new user bikes available for purchase.
Declan's certainly keen to go and have a look anyway, if he can't afford it. It might be window shopping, but he's certainly keen to go and have a look.
It's one of those places where everything must go sales, so you're hoping you'll get one of those last minute deals on something.
Sounds like a plan. Or maybe I should pick up some lockpicks or a lock break to just drive off.
That was how the party turned into a motorcycle game.
Like I said, my original concept before I even understood what we were looking at was he was going to be a go-ganger. So.
And you were expecting to get some sort of bike at some stage.
That's certainly his plan.
What did you do with the liberated bike?
It turned out the bikes that we liberated weren't really suitable for long-term use, so I better off just being sold off because the ability to try and break into them and hack them was limited.
So if you hack into someone else's vehicle and you're caught driving it, you can be liable for any crime that vehicle has committed since it was last pulled over. Just like if you use a gun that you've bought second hand, you can be liable for every crime that gun has committed since it was last captured.
So that was why he actually sold it off, and then divided the proceeds up amongst the party, all 50 credits that he sold it for, as opposed to the 100 he received.
Well, there was a finder's fee.
Yeah, I need to find a melee weapon that I can upgrade from this pattern. I just need something that gives a little bit more punch and...
Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer's two-handed. Can I actually use a sledgehammer one-handed?
No.
No. So basically, I still need a hand free so I can do my... Yeah, but I need something that I can use one-handed because I still need to cast spells. I need to keep Georgie healed and shielded and have special effects appearing over his head.
And charge crystal katana?
So for a bit of nostalgia for some people, here is an actual book of where you're actually playing in. And to put that in perspective, this book was released in 1990.
Yep, it's classic.
It is a classic. It goes into detail about the Seattle of that time. And I think I got a nice, good view of people in that era. So you'll find the artwork quite amusing because most trolls look like bulls. Okay, so you're heading off to a showroom in the Redmond Barrens, not far from where your group hangs out in a dilapidated multi-story apartment complex. Every now and then you have running water and sewerage, so you're doing a lot better than some of the other street rats in the area.
Well, nothing but the best for us quality shadowrunners.
Okay, so as you're
they're my friends.
as you're heading to the showroom, you see overhead what appears to be a floating island.
A floating island.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the rich people are.
You've never seen it before.
So, how high overhead are we talking?
You're talking about
Okay.
maybe 500 meters to plus.
But always on the TV shows,
that
if
heaven?
there's a floating island or something like that, rich people are on it.
Is
I've
that
seen the
heaven?
cartoons.
Well, you're referring to cartoons. It doesn't match anything you've seen on cartoons because it doesn't appear to be any greenery. It seems to be completely metallic.
Ooh.
Well-
Okay, that's evil.
Declan, anytime there's something that's unexpected or unexperienced previously, he's taking cover. Obviously, it's the government out to get him.
Okay, and as you're watching, what's your perception for most of the group?
My ability to... I don't have skill and perception, but I've just got 2 green eyes.
Yeah, okay. I've got 2 cunning without no ranks.
We need to get some spyglass thingamajigs.
Well, Declan will be getting cyber eyes when he can afford them.
Okay, so the end up result there is 2 failures. So you're not noticing anything threatening at all about this.
Well, aside from the natural threatening of the idea of government overwatching it, look overhead.
Is it making any noise?
Yes, you can hear a dull vibration of its engines as it flies overhead. You can even feel the heat from that distance.
Okay. Actually, I don't even know what company they came from. Hey, George, do you remember what company we're from?
I can't read.
Okay. Does anything look on that iron ship or whatever, the island, that iron island up above us? Does any of it look familiar?
Okay. You have another look at it, looking for insignias that you might recognize. Nope. You managed to get a bit of heat in your eyes, so you end up taking 1 strain from looking too much into the bright lights.
Okay.
Is that George?
No, that is Womp.
Yeah.
Cool. Does George recognize any symbols?
I will see if George recognizes any symbols.
Or George gets burned.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that was an interesting roll. So George ends up with taking 2 strain, trying to figure out what's going on as he notices that he has got some sunburn while standing in the shade.
Why am I burning? And what smells so delicious?
I'm assuming we're currently on foot, Martin, is that right?
You are currently on foot.
Yep. Excellent. Declan immediately was finding cover and avoiding being spotted by the thing going at the top. So he's happy to wait for it to go past overhead, and then he'll aim to move on.
Okay.
And with our smartphones, they've got a radio station apps and that, don't they?
They do.
Yep, I'm gonna switch it over to see if I can find anything talking about this floating island above us. there's any chatter on the radio about it.
Okay, as you try to switch to your favorite station, unfortunately, it's not playing. Someone else is.
Okay.
And every station you try to flick to is playing the same station.
Well, make him play the happy song. I like the happy song.
Okay, is this being like a pirate station and it's playing a walk in the Black Forest?
It's currently playing propaganda relating to someone by the name of Baron Blade, who has basically said if the world doesn't pay him 2 billion credits, he's going to bring the moon down onto the planet itself.
Alright, Rory, settle down.
Great, so we've got
on in space.
great. So we've got a supervillain.
Yeah, no, he is Groot from Despicable Me.
And you do notice that there are a couple of other of those floating islands moving over the city in the distance.
Is there a whole bunch of yellow guys floating around doing his work?
Hard to tell from this distance. That they do have a bubble over the top, except for a what appears to be a large cannon sticking out of the top, pointing at the moon.
Oh, damn it.
Whereas Declan's there thinking, this light bit of allocated iron above me at the moment, probably not going to protect from the moon. I need heavier cover.
Got Desmond McEwen on conspirator over here.
If I remember correctly, it doesn't matter where you are. If the moon comes down, we go bye-bye. That's what happened to the dinosaurs.
Yes, the moon came down. Killed the
Dinosaurs. How about the dinosaurs?
Well,
And
it wasn't a big rock. It wasn't the size of the moon. If the moon comes down, we're totally screwed.
Well, maybe it's time to leave this place.
Okay, well, I've got a better idea, yeah. Okay, we'll get to the motorcycle show so I can pick up a motorcycle and drive out of here.
Okay. Well, the only things that I'm aware of is there's probably a moon base, and that's about it. So the only way off this planet is going to the moon, but the moon is then being crashed on Earth. So the two destinations were screwed.
They haven't actually finished building a moon base yet.
Okay. We're squatting on the moon then.
Okay, so as you continue heading towards your bike show, with a little more urgency.
Someone will pay 2 million.
Billion.
That's one thing. Is there an equivalent of a Crystal Palace in Shadowrun?
What do you mean by Crystal Palace?
You know how you have the people in space?
Not yet.
Okay. So we're too early for that.
Yeah.
So that's when the technomancers appear.
There is stuff there, but the average person doesn't know what's actually in space.
Yeah, basically it's all the military stuff at the moment. It hasn't been caught. Has the Corp Wars happened yet?
Some of them have, yes, but there's always more happening.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the other thing is, why isn't there any big corporations activating at the moment?
Partly because you are talking about a city that belongs to a government that a corporation actually taking military action on is an act of war.
And you're also talking about the fact that we're currently in the Redmond Barrens. We're not like the city result from the corporations attacking this guy.
Oh, no. I think that basically the corporation, or there is a corporation attacking us, or attacking Seattle. Well, definitely their airspace and their radio space.
Okay, so
So like I said, it's kind of a problem. Let's get to Mike.
You head off towards the bike show with the sound of thunder in the background.
So, do you think they'll have troll trikes there?
Well, remember, this is a vintage bike show.
Vintage.
There might be less trolls around at the time that they built most of these.
So the term vintage means previously owned, even if it was only yesterday. So yes, you make it after about an hour's walk through Redmond to the bike show, and you see quite a few people outside lined up waiting to go in. And you see that...
Is there a cover charge for this?
Yeah, it's a whole 5 credits each.
It'll be worth it.
Well, it better be
Yeah,
health.
full packs. So what's the average clientele looking like in this queue?
That they all look probably as disreputable as you guys.
Yep, cool. Happy with that.
As
So nobody's standing out.
As most of the banners look like they were sprayed on the outside of the building.
Are we seeing any colours of guys that we might meet in stuffer shacks?
You see some of their colours here and there. You see lots of other different gangs. All the gangs of the area seem to be represented. People showing up to look at bikes and stare at each other nervously.
But
This is classed as neutral territory. Would
it's neutral ground for the period of the show, presumably.
Well, it's one of those occasions where he who pulls the gun first would probably be the first to fall.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So it's a you can pull a gun, but you've got probably about 12 different gangs who would consider you an enemy if you did.
Yep.
And the enemy of my enemy being my friend being the only reason it's safe. Okay, so you head into the place. They have no problems checking you all in. They don't have a gun check-in stand, which you find amusing.
Oh, I'd be surprised if they did on this sort of location.
Hey, you do hear of the normal mainstream bike shows where they sell the new stuff that no one's allowed to carry weapons inside.
Uh-huh. Obviously, negotiation works different at those ones.
And you do see some of the most heavily dressed mercs that you've ever seen inside the bike show. Standing security.
Go on, Jeremy. Try and steal a bike. I dare you.
You see... Go ahead.
He's known as Desmond Deadshot, not Desmond Quick Fingers Dead.
Desmond Dickhead, maybe.
Yeah, so just also take a look around. Are we seeing a variety of races?
You're seeing a full mix of races here. Everyone's welcome.
Yep.
Basically, if you pay the cover charge, you're welcome.
Happy with that.
And they also have a slogan: "You cause trouble once, and we'll recycle you."
Yeah. You start any trouble, we'll finish it.
And to make matters worse, they do have a meat wagon sitting out the side entrance.
Conveniently located.
So they are expecting trouble and they're expecting to profit from it.
Yeah, as I said, I'm certainly much more interested in looking over the bikes.
Okay, as you move in, you do see that they do have them arranged by styling. You have the troll kitted out vehicles up in one end, and the ranging from the tech to the stylish to the antiquated, each with their own grouping. Where do you want to head towards?
Well, okay. I'm certainly leaning in my dreams. I'm certainly looking towards the rapier style sleek bikes as opposed to the road hogs.
Okay. So
So you're going for the typical elf thing. You're going style over function.
He wants to join the ancients. The ancients don't ride those heavy hogs. So.
Yeah, whatever. I'm going to have a look at that heavy stuff.
Okay. As you're wandering through the area, I will make a perception roll for the group. Okay, so the noise of everything is making it hard for all of you to pay attention, so you all end up with 2 extra strain from just the volume of the noise.
Is it also like how packed in are we?
But basically, you're almost shoulder to shoulder squeezing through.
Right. Yep.
As they're demonstrating, and you can hear the sounds of bikes revving and news reports coming in over the speakers. As they're talking about something called mobile defense platform over the city being attacked by UCAS military.
Okay, that's what I was expecting. So the UCAS have started. Okay, so if it's that crowded, I'll pick up Desmond and we'll head over to his shiny, smooth plastic bikes.
Hey, I'm fine walking through. Thanks very much.
You won't be able to see a thing, you short ass.
I can get where I need to.
Okay, so you make it over to the nice shiny bikes, and you see that 2 of the sales staff are wearing Ancients green.
Whoa.
They don't have the logo though.
If they had the logo, then it probably would have been worthwhile.
Well,
They're knockoffs.
Oh no, the staff, not the bikes.
Certainly.
Bikes wouldn't be knockoffs because then they'll be classed as stolen. These aren't stolen goods, are they?
Well, you believe that all the goods in this mall are stolen, just that they've gone through the proceeds of getting refurbished for sale.
Yeah, so they're not stolen, being refurbished.
Or written off and are no longer sellable to the less gullible, or those who could afford new prices. So looking at the bikes here, you see they range anywhere from...
I don't think anyone in this...
What was that, Ross?
You come to mute.
I don't think anyone here would be able to afford a new Ancients motorcycle.
The bikes here are ranging from 100 credits all the way up to 20,000 credits. And the 20,000 credit bike actually has the Ancients logo on it. Couple of bullet holes, but hey, I'm sure they're just decoration.
Everyone knows. No one can really hit an Ancients. That's what we all know, sure.
And the 100 credit models all have they say endurance as being their main feature.
They're currently still upright.
And
That's the style.
And while they're sleek looking, that they don't look particularly well maintained, but they do appear to run.
Mm-hmm.
As the salesman comes over to you and says, "So, you're looking for a bike, I see."
Well, certainly looking at them anyway. We love to have some wheels.
He says, wheels I can sell. It just depends on how much you've got to buy with.
Yeah. So, today, unfortunately, might just be a case of looking at what's out there. But you're wearing the colours.
Of course I'm wearing the colours. I'm a rep. He says.
Okay. I'll be with you guys soon. Believe me.
He pats you on the shoulder and says, I'm sure you will. You just need a bike, he says. And look over here. I've got this bike that probably suits you. He starts leading you over to one of the 1,000 credit bikes.
I'm happy to be escorted over that way, and I can have a bit of a sit and a test bed and things like that. Absolutely.
Georgie goes in front of a trail-sized bike and with a sidecar and points at it.
Okay. Now, I'm with you on Georgie. I'll just walk up to the elf sales. Yeah, Desmond is a little bit shy, a little bit embarrassed. What type of repayment plans do you offer for him?
We don't have repayment plans. We have payment plans. You pay and you take the bike.
So you're not doing payment and favour plans like some of the other reputable companies around?
He straightens up a bit and says, I'm a reputable company. We accept all forms of cash, bribes, parts, but you must pay before you take, he says.
There's no laybys.
Oh no, Florida got a sort of a $10,000 loan, didn't he?
Well, what funny when I was asked that, when all the races were first, I was thinking, so there's a few little orchids there, just to float around.
He's happy for you to do a couple of jobs for him to pay off a bike, but he won't actually allow you to take the bike until you've completed his jobs.
Oh, that's fully understandable. So you do have a payment plan system. There you go, Elf. There's no problem asking first. So you can then dream up of whatever bike that you're after. I probably would not suggest going for the 20 grand one until you find somewhere secure, because you basically get nicked by the time you get it to your place.
But so certainly my understanding of the temple says Desmond went away with the other salesman, and he's been sitting on a bike happily revving away. He's got no actual intent or thoughts that he'll actually walk out of here with a bike. Or even ride out with one.
So with the elf dry humping that bike, I'm just going to go over to Georgie and have a look at the trolls with sidecar.
Okay,
options.
Having a look at the troll cars. One of the most amusing thing you find is there is a little scooter that's been troll adapted.
What, you mean a Vespa?
Yep, you can literally pick it up under your arm and it will still carry your weight.
Holy. Okay, that is weird. Didn't think a scooter would be able to hold that weight.
Well, looking at it, the springs don't work for anyone not your weight. So it's like riding a brick for anyone else.
That is horrifying.
Yeah, it's probably not very fast either. I probably walk faster than it can go.
Oh no, it's got the power.
Oh, that's scary. Hey, you want to look like 1950s Vespa gang?
You look like an elephant in a tricycle.
So is it like the really bright colours, like in a certain Star Wars episode where they brought in those meters?
It is a powdery blue fluorescent color.
But most importantly, does it come with smoky dokies?
No, the wheels look solid. So no spokes on them. But the
And the tires are
That's
solid
alright.
as
If you
well.
wrap that around, what we do is we put a card in the spoke so it would sound like a motorcycle.
That does always sound funny on the bikes. Okay, so
You can't it would sound like.
so you find that Georgie has taken you over to what looks to be a troll adapted trike. With instead of a sidecar, it's got a extra seat behind the troll for a smaller companion who can use it as a gunnery seat.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And it's even got a what appears to be an ice cream sundae painted to the side of it, and it's called the banana boat.
And when it drives, it doesn't have a card in the spokes to make it sound like a motorcycle, but it does play green sleeves.
I knew you were going with that.
Either that or it plays, was it the banana song or whatever?
That's definitely green sleeves.
But the coloration of the bike itself is bright yellow.
Oh, that's cool.
Which,
Like bananas, I think.
Specialised in banana flavoured ice cream.
well, it is called the banana boat after all.
Well, okay, I'll see if I can, if how comfortable it is.
You sit on it and you feel like you've just sat on a gel mat that molds to your butt.
Yeah, but very firm the number.
So basically, this seems something that I won't be able to afford.
And looking at it, it has a price tag of $23,000 on it.
Shit!
Georgie, you're not supposed to look at the top prices first.
Georgie said he couldn't read.
And you look at it's not the most expensive bike in this section.
Oh, but it'd be so much fun. I could shoot from it, and there'd be bananas.
Yeah,
And ice
but
cream.
it's 23k.
And
I don't know what that is.
you can't afford the gun to shoot from a moment, but you can drop banana skins behind it and make the car skid out.
Okay, you remember how Flogger owes so much to Mr. Flogger?
That's no.
Just times it by 3, and that's how much this thing's worth.
So can we afford it?
You can afford 2 then, you know what you're saying?
Unless we can get another 2 Floggers and sell them to Mr. Flogger.
If you times it by 3, does that mean we can get 3 of them? Or does that mean it's free?
If you can get it for free and able to walk and drive it out of here, yeah, you can have it.
I can have it!
You'll definitely get it too. Let me guess, there's a really big troll in a nice suit grinning at us.
Oh no, there is a orc that you recognize from security feeds not too long ago eyeing you over.
Maybe if you go give him a kiss, he'll give you the money.
Yeah, right.
He has a name badge that says Mr. Flogger.
Okay, be here to see you.
Hello, Mr. Flogger.
Nice to see my cleaning crew is here, he says.
So is this part of your bike collection, or is this just a job that you're doing?
Oh, these are people who failed to pay their fines. So I collected.
Oh, okay. So this one owed you a lot then?
Not much, he just failed to pay.
Okay. Profit. Fair enough.
So-
I wonder what Flocker's got that's gone worth at least.
Well, not his kneecaps, that's for sure.
So are you looking to make a purchase?
Not this one. He says we can't afford it.
Oh, I'm sure I can do a deal you can't ignore.
Yeah, it's the can't ignore part that we have with your reputation of being a very gratis person that definitely takes his money seriously.
On the black side, I've always found Mr. Flogger to be quite amenable. He's been a very nice man to us.
Yeah, so you might be on the other end of being flogged.
Well,
I have been.
he only flogs those who don't keep their word.
I was asking about word.
In which case, he's sure he can work out a deal that's amenable to both of us.
Does look like a good bike, but I don't really have anywhere to put it. That's a problem.
Well, I do have some people who can help with that too. If you'd like, some extra work on the side.
Oh, I do love work. I've never had a job before.
Well, you seem to be pretty good at cleaning, he says.
I mean, I'm really not. I'm just good at hitting people.
No, that's, he's talking about me doing the cleaning. You're the one who just basically hits people.
I make the best usually.
Yeah, I have to clean it up.
In which case, then,
Right.
you'd be perfect for some of his collection jobs.
I could do that.
Well, I've got a feeling that the troll flogger is going to be asking to be collected.
Yep. yeah.
And his friend Puppy as well.
He said he's always got people who are willing to think big but not practical. So if you're happy to be practical and work your way up, he's happy to come up with a plan that will keep you heartily employed for as long as you live.
Well, that's the thing is that I don't do anything unless Flogger does it, because Flogger's in charge. He's the brains of the operation, you know?
Flogger. What?
He says, which ones, I thought...
Shit, sorry.
You're a bit smart. Yeah, basically what my friend here says, what you tell us he'll do.
I mean, if Mr. Flogger wants me to do something, I guess I could do that.
Well, if you guys are willing to sign up for a deal and work for him, he will happily see to it that you ride off today in this nice fancy bike.
Yeah, but like, I can't hurt me friends.
But if we get our friends in the deal, it means that Desmond can get his bloody punsy plastic bike.
Don't really care about that. I just don't want to hurt me friends.
Yeah. But you also have to remember that he won't have any wheels.
I don't really care about
I don't know how to drive.
I mean,
I was going to get amused in the fact that apparently the one who actually can drive effectively is the one who's not going to get a bike out of this.
yeah, just put us into a life debt for a vehicle we can't actually use.
Actually, you can all drive a vehicle, you're just not particularly good at it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not a thing that George is willing to try.
Yeah, that's why you're not driving it.
I mean, driving
Because you can't drive it. You have to be in the back with the...
Is that if it's your vehicle, then that means it's your debt, not George's.
Yeah.
But George is in debt to Wampert for the rest of his life anyway.
Exactly.
So what's debt is George's debt.
No. To sell Georgie to pay off the debt. Although I don't really like your chances of surviving when I figure out what actually happened.
It does look nice. I'll go have a look at the how much was the Vespa?
The Vespa has a 30 grand outlay on it.
Jesus.
God. Why? Because it's pretty and shiny.
Well, the Vespa actually looks like it's doesn't even have a speck of dust or mark on it whatsoever.
Oh God.
It looks like last year's model.
That's scary.
Or possibly last week's.
So, elves can get this size? Because this ain't a troll's. It doesn't have any wear and tear.
Georgie goes and wanders around the cheap bikes looking for something that would be Georgie sized.
Okay, looking around the cheap bikes, you do find a sign that says cheapest bikes available.
Aha!
And they're willing to sell you a bike for 50 credits.
Does it run?
It does, they say. You've got these little metal things that you put your feet on, and when you move your feet around, it makes the back wheel run, and it's completely fuel efficient, they say. You'll never have to fill up once.
Save on all that fuel.
That sounds boring and too much work.
So, no work at all. Lots of people do it.
I know what's saying, they're all nonsense.
It could be worse, David. I immediately thought when you asked I could run, I say, yep, because it was one that doesn't even have pedals.
It runs downhill.
Or when you do.
They go, if that's not your speed, we have one that doesn't have any pedals at all. We call it a board.
Is that the one that the wheels are optional?
He pulls out what looks to be like a skateboard with an engine underneath.
Yeah, no, Georgie's way too unloaded right by those.
And he says this one only goes for 150 credits. Guaranteed to plaster you into a wall in such a way that you'll leave an impression.
Yeah, but I just grab that piece of wood with a big honking piece of metal on it and just hit you over the head with it.
He says, then he points to a guy with what appears to be a rifle up in the balcony that's nearby, saying, and then he'll put a hole in your head about the size of your thumb.
I mean, I've got a pretty big thumb.
I'm sure you don't need what's inside that head either, he says. So,
And obviously a very small head.
He says that I'm sure helmets are optional for you.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't found one that fit yet.
How about that helmet is the size of my head? Is that easy to find?
A helmet that will fit your head? Yes, there is a full range of helmets for every size, including helmets that cater for troll horns.
Or those with their slightly elongated snout.
There's that too. It doesn't protect your face, but it does protect your head. Of course, it doesn't consider the jaw as part of the head. It considers that part of the face. So, Jeremy, the guy you're talking to on the bike, as you're dreaming of driving and racing with the ancients,
Yep.
says he's gotten word from one of the salesmen that one of your friends has started to broker a deal about working for the firm as a way of paying off your bike.
Working for the firm.
Yep. Just doing some collections to.
You mean like your company, like the Ancients?
He pauses for a moment, then nods. Let's see how well your character notices. Apparently, you feel really good about it, recovering one strain, but you do believe he's saying he works for the Ancients.
Mm-hmm.
You believe he's saying?
Okay, so I do have a ranking cool when it comes to the idea of so actually.
You want to see if you can use that to see how he's going?
Well, if he's trying to deceive me, is that you cool against that?
I think.
I'm happy enough that I'm being deceived. Just say, I'm not necessarily thinking completely straight right now.
Apparently, it's the same result.
Oh.
Very much cool. It is funny how those roll out.
So yeah, hey, I'm happy to work for the Ancients.
He pulls out a data pad with what appears to be a 1,000 screen contract. And he says, all you need to do is go to the end and sign it with your DNA scan, and he can work out a deal for you.
Okay. Give me a minute. And you're like, I will step off the bike. I'll take the pad, I'll step off the bike and move off to the side, and I'll at least start to read through it.
Okay. So, what's your character?
I'm not actually as stupid as some people in the party. I've just been distracted in the current environment.
You're the one who's a news entry into a search you should ask.
Well, that's only because he's misunderstood the situation, but he actually reads the contract.
Okay, so as you start reading the contract, you're finding it very difficult to read through.
Mm-hmm.
Taking 5 strain, reading through the contract.
Oh.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Does he pass out from reading the contract? I was going to say, or does he pass out on how much it's going to cost you?
Well, he's only on 6 of his 9 strain.
Sorry, I'm not actually down yet, but hey, let's face it. Maybe I'll get out of the whole situation by falling off.
But this is only the first page.
I know.
So you've been going through it. It doesn't mention Ancients anywhere. It just says the organization. And the address of the organization is familiar. You recognize it as the place you did your data steal.
The place where there's a contract out on the present time.
You did.
Apparently it fallen on the wayside, but that doesn't mean they can't dig up the records.
Apparently that has already been collected by someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not Mr. Smith. You're Desmond.
I'm gonna try to attract the attention of one of the other salesmen.
Yep.
In the area. Still wearing the green, obviously, but
yep.
And
She comes over and is very being very flattering towards you.
sorry.
She comes over, flirting with you outrageously.
Oh, cool. And quite justifiably so, obviously. And I'll say, hey, I'll have to think about this. I'll come back.
She says, "Don't be too long," and does the whole blow you a kiss thing.
Won't stay away, dear.
Okay, so moving over to Victor, you're in this bike show with all these impressive vehicles, basically going for a tenth or less of their sale price. What is Couscous doing? If he's not fallen asleep at this stage.
Victor! Nah, he's out. At least he's not storing us going over the mic.
Okay, so moving over to Ross then. As you're there, you are offered a contract from these guys to allow you to pick up a bike.
Okay. Yeah, the only issue. Yeah, I've got a little bit of background here. Yeah, the only issue I've got is I've got nowhere safe to put the damn thing.
He says he can actually arrange garaging for your bike at not too much additional costing. It's an optional extra.
And more than generous rates.
Well, I'll have to get me financier into this as well. I'm going to look for Desmond.
Okay.
Wow, you get better legal advice from George.
You find Desmond looking at...
Yeah, George is my legal advisor. Desmond's my fiance. Yeah, he's the money guy.
Yeah, I can see why you need a money guy.
At least he's not your counting guy.
Yeah. Or the contract specialist.
Okay, so yes, you find Desmond scratching his head looking at another contract very similar to yours.
Oh, you got one of those too?
Yeah, but have you looked at who it's with?
Yeah, I already saw who it was with. He's the one who actually was talking to me about it. That's why I needed you to peruse the contract. Unfortunately, our accountant, Shadowstar, the count, is not with us. And you're the money guy, so you're the one who knows all the money stuff.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, I don't know that we want to get involved in or contracted with an organisation that we did a run on the other day.
We didn't do a run, remember? If you keep on saying that we did do a run, they're going to do a run on you. So we didn't do a run.
Whatever. It wasn't your photo that got taken.
Oh, Mr. Flogger not recognised me.
Did you guys say Mr. Flogger? I like Mr. Flogger, he's a really nice guy. Also, if you have a look at subsection 4 of chapter 3, you'll find that this actually turns us into indentured servitude. I mean, what?
And if you look at paragraph 4 of that, it means that we've also got a health plan as such. Yeah, we either...
It's in your head.
Well, yeah, basically we either serve or we no longer living.
Well, the health plan is until you die.
Victor, good morning.
Morning, sir.
So what is Couscous doing in the bike show?
Well, I can be following around, see what people is doing. I know we are in the back shop because we've been here.
Okay, you see that Desmond and Womp have been discussing what appears to be contracts while Georgie is pointing out the flaws in them all. And you've been watching the news that's been showing on one of the TV channels recently about how these defense platforms floating above Seattle have been shooting down the UCAS military.
Oh, is this strange? I'm hungry. What's up to eat?
Hang on, did you say eat? Okay, I'm hungry.
Yeah, that food.
George completely ignores the fact that he was supposed to recounting legalese and not delay.
Okay, you find the local rat burger stand.
Rat burger, yay! Oh, wait, hang on. I like rats, they're my friends. And friends are delicious.
Not only do they have rat burgers, they also
I
have
want a rat there, thanks.
rat on a stick.
That's just delicious
How do
already.
you like your rat on a stick, mate?
With plenty of sauce.
It seems delicious already.
Desmond's not feeling 100% right now, and got a bit of a headache, and yeah, okay. He'd love to walk out of here with that bike, but
Yeah, Desmond, they do have a option that you can get a storage facility for your bike, so you don't have to worry about somebody nicking it.
What about like a food storage thing on the
I
bike?
think someone nicking it. I think you have a street on my bike.
So I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of friends that are in FIFO, and I'm pretty sure I've heard this exact same conversation from them.
Yes, he never has to worry about it being stolen because he's never getting off it.
Does it include like the super glue to glue his ass to the bike?
No, but he will get a pair of handcuffs that go chain around his ankles.
Yeah, I know, his greatest nemesis, stairs.
Or the lift is just too short for the bike.
Yeah. Also, can confirm, as the owner of quite a few motorcycles, can confirm it does happen.
That's one thing. Desmond, have you tried to see if you can pick up the bike? If you can't pick it up, you can't have it.
Oh, so next time you get caught trying to steal it.
No. If you can't pick up the bike, you can't drive it. So can you pick it up if it's been fallen over?
Yeah. Like I said, I gotta save up more. Because it's not worth buying that little peewee.
Well, then we can become a skateboard gang.
Or a push bike gang?
Skateboard
Be the next bandits.
What about rat eating, man?
What was that, Victor?
What he said, what about a rat eating gang?
Yeah, rat eating gang. We can have like little like chests in front of the bikes and have some rat burgers and shit.
You've already got a gang doing that.
Yeah,
That's the Redskins. You don't want to move in on their territory.
I will point out here, just for confirmation, Desmond is not eating at the present time.
Okay. Desmond prefers his soy.
Rat burgers and tries to give them to the others.
Yeah, Desmond can't handle the protein, and his stomach is too elven to process this fine cuisine that's put in front of us.
He does have some thing of that with some reminiscence of the lovely food they've got at the Corp.
And you do notice that they have the competitor to Rat Burger called KFR. And they say they have 12 secret herbs and spices.
Wow. Mighty better.
That shit.
And they guarantee this is the freshest around.
You made me angry, man. You know we don't have KFC in Brazil, right? That is a great character.
Well, that's right.
Great character, man. Fuck.
That just means they haven't got cabbage on the burger.
And no Vegemite. I'm out.
But on the bright side,
Here in Brazil, we have couscous. If you don't know, that's food.
you don't have cabbage on the burgers.
What?
We're suffering a lettuce shortage here.
So KFC they're putting cabbage on the burgers instead of lettuce.
And for a while there, they were putting rabbit instead of chicken on a lot of their stuff.
Oh, hey. So that was quite variety.
Rabbit is kind of more expensive than chicken, though.
Only in some areas.
And not here.
So is that actually rat or rabbit?
You don't know. They don't advertise.
Or they're just putting it as rodent. They're labeling it rodent so they can be eaten.
Yeah, in the words of Fallout, Mystery Meat.
Okay. They're not claiming chicken or anything, they're all back to it. They're just saying KFR.
Yes.
Exactly like the fact that they changed the name to KFC. It's no longer Kentucky Fried Chicken, but the name is KFC. They make no claim of action anymore.
Kentucky Fried constituted meat.
Hey, so you want some Kentucky Fried Crickets? Oh.
Exotic.
So, is there actually any crickets not on sale?
They do have a bug store available where you can get your fill of bugs.
Yep, yeah, crunchy bugs.
But everybody falls asleep watching it because it's the most boring sport in the world.
Though the crickets are the size of Labradors.
Jesus.
What? Oh, seems like
Okay.
a but okay.
Wait. Georgie wants one.
And they are sautéed with some of the most interesting flavors you've seen around.
Of course, they don't call them crickets. These are Redmond roaches.
They are.
Well,
Georgie wants one as a pet. He wants to ride it.
if it's food, couscous is interesting.
They are known to be able to chew through metal.
This is scary.
This is amazing. Georgie wants one.
They only sell them as food here. Last thing
That's
you
okay. He knows it's a possibility now.
last thing you want.
Fresh.
Yeah, the last thing they want to have is to have the food stall then go and eat the contents of the market.
That sounds awesome.
Well, there might be discounts afterwards, eh?
When does that the insect spirit thing happen?
Not for a while.
Okay, cool. It's problem playing Shadowrun and it's later in the series, not the beginning, so I'm all out of it.
It's okay. I played over the length of it, so I know a lot of the storylines. So yes, go ahead.
So it looks like we're not buying motorcycles today.
We can get some bikes, and you just basically have to use pedal power. Speaking of which, is there actually a bike that would be suitable for a
You have a look at the push bikes. You don't think there's a single bike that could bear your weight.
Okay. So the only one that looked really interesting, I need to sell the rest of the party off just to get the down payment.
Well, and hey, you tried.
Yeah.
Well, if you can still be a red stick band, we can just like push us something like easier to buy than bikes. Then like shopping carts or something.
There is only bikes available here, isn't there?
Just bikes, yes.
Yeah, there's not actually any vans or something that
No, we've got a van as such, but it's basically, we use it now and then.
But like
We don't really afford constant use of that.
But yes. Essentially,
Is there any like ice cream truck or something like that?
No, it is the van of your the person who's been getting jobs for you.
So, guys, your Shadowrun campaign, how long have you been playing it for? 4 years now. Okay, what's your party origin? Oh, you have an ice cream cartel.
Oh yeah.
that we
You
got up
haven't
to
paid you haven't paid for your choc chips, so we're gonna lump you.
How about one of ours tried to get a job at an ice cream factory, then we can steal a truck?
Yep, I'll be a taste tester.
I'm sure there'd be no conflict there
Who's
whatsoever.
want to be that? Come on.
Actually, in saying that, I'm pretty sure it was in the UK, or it might have been the US, there was genuinely like ice cream truck gang wars because they were selling drugs out of the ice cream trucks as well as ice cream, and so they were like, there was ice cream truck on ice cream truck gang violence.
Similar to pizza delivery.
Yeah, that's because the ice cream trucks here does sell, they basically do put drugs in the ice cream. That's why I prefer to go for the natural stuff, because I don't want to get the drug stuff.
Yeah, no, what doesn't want
That's why you don't order sprinkles.
Just be careful what sprinkles you ask for.
I'm personally, the thing that likes me most about the idea of ice cream truck wars is the idea of green sleeves being played in slight disharmony.
Green sleeves, blades and percussion and 22 rifles.
No. If we're going to have green sleeves, it has to be metal.
Give me 5 minutes.
I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to find one that actually has a metal cover of all that for you.
Yep, and basically you need to get a black pudding flavoured ice cream.
Okay, so you do manage to see on the news while you're having this discussion that one of these air defense platforms has actually started to crash into the city.
Loose.
Yeah, great. I'm happy to make a dash for the door to see if I can see where it's coming down.
Either that or just watch the TV and where it's coming down. Hey look, there's a bike show that just happened there.
Okay, so Desmond rushes for the door and apparently can't see where it's coming down. Whereas Wompy's staring at the screen and sees that it crashes into the river.
Well, I guess I can swim.
And you see flying out of it a guy with a cape. Dressed in white with a red cape.
Great, we've got the Glutax clan.
Now, Martin, I'm just confirming, I'm assuming that none of us have actually heard any stories about Baron Blade before, have we? This apparently his announcement of his world domination plans.
It is. It's a new announcement. And the news identifies the white person, the person in the white unitard with the red cape as Legacy.
Is that a name that we know of?
You've heard of it, but never actually seen pictures of someone.
Okay.
Oh, so this person is supposed to have brought it down. He's not escaping from the ship.
I know, Legacy's the superhero that's taken down Baron Blade.
And the fact that he can fly without technology is interesting. And basically saying that the Freedom 5 have come to put an end to Baron Blade's threat of world annihilation.
Like I said, it was someone else's problem.
And they're showing a countdown clock saying that there's still half an hour left on the clock for them to actually stop him in.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think the what we were talking about, that's nowhere near the Redmond Barrens, is it?
No.
Well, so Desmond, you've got a half an hour before they're going to do a clearance sale. Everything must go. End of world sale.
Like they saved. But really, that was one of the reasons you weren't about outside. You were going to say, if we're coming down anywhere near, you were going to try and encourage people to say, yeah, hey, look out there, go over there, go on, go on. And then he takes the mic.
But they are offering end of the world sales at the moment. Just sign here for the best deal in your life, they say.
Yeah, the deal of a lifetime.
What could go wrong?
I'm certainly happy to look at it because, hey, I mean, I maybe I can get one of the cheaper bikes possibly. So, build up to the ancient ones. So. But if they're currently discounted already.
You do see that they are going for about 10% of what they would normally go for brand new.
Yeah, but that's what they're already going for.
So, having a look, you might be able to snag that 1,000 credit bike that you're pretending to ride for about 400.
400. Ooh.
That's his end of the world prices.
Yep.
So, how much do you need, Elf?
Hey. Well, if I could buy a couple hundred off you, that'd be great. Well, I could trade you. I just picked up this pistol.
I already got a pistol. And mind you, George, did you end up getting a pistol?
Of course, I will say that the pistol in my hand tends to be handed to you guys.
George is happy to buy a pistol off you and we'll loan you the money and we'll just give you the money. He doesn't really care.
Well.
Here, pay me back when you need it.
Yeah. Also, how much does me and George have? Do we have enough altogether that he can get, the elf can get his squeeze?
You do have enough amongst you to pay off the 400 credits here and now.
Like I said, because Gagon's got half it himself, so...
Okay, yeah, but the other thing is, does Desmond know that he also has to pay license, insurance, petrol?
He only has to pay license if he's driving outside the Barrens.
And he only has to pay petrol if he's driving it.
Okay, so you're just going to walk it everywhere and just using it as a statement that you've got a pair of things, you've got a set of wheels.
Okay. And again, as somebody who's owned a number of motorcycles and been around the community, that happens.
You do notice it's not a petroleum-based bike. It is something you can plug into a charge grid and get a day's worth of charge out of.
Marvellous.
It's one of those ones that's got a fake noise on it just to make it sound like it's got some grunt.
No, but I don't need that. I like quiet.
Well, whatever floats your boat, Elf. Go and get your squeeze.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay. So it'll go up. Hopefully the good-looking sales girl's still there and say, "Hey, look,
She is.
I got the cat."
She does the whole swoon for you.
And now I got the wheels. You want to ride, bitch?
She gives you a wink and sends you her comm number.
Marvellous. Smooth talker, the charm of the decorative.
Yeah, except that comm number is one that you actually pay by the minute.
Yep.
And she says she's looking forward to hearing from you.
Honey trap. Honey potted.
I don't believe him for a moment.
So yes, you have been given a bike as yours to take. And
What the hell are it's going to run for?
I've just got a feeling I'm the one who has to carry it up the stairs to get it plugged in.
What's your broad?
Mine.
It's the same as yours. Or are you talking to the elf?
yeah,
No, yours. It's going to be one of the two of us, that's for sure.
the elves is half your guys, though the troll can pick up more than the George can.
It's less bulky for the troll, even if the weight's the same.
So the bike has half an hour's charge in it. Because
Well, that'll almost. It took an hour to walk here, so a half hour's charge can almost get us home. Or at least Desmond.
Yep.
Should be able to get you home on a half-hour charge. If it does, it means that, yeah, you got problems. You got sold a dud.
No, it means that he's taken the scenic route home, which is exactly what I do.
But it also means that you haven't tried driving through Redmond Barrens, have you?
there are no straight roads here.
Well,
You just don't want to see the crickets after finding out that that Redmond's got Labrador crickets.
What the rat sticks?
Well, the rat sticks are basically not the full-grown rats, mind you, because the full-grown rats are a competitor to the crickets and have a tendency to breathe fire.
Whoa! You like the
Fire-breathing
There's a
rats?
lot of rat.
They do have devil rats in the Redmond Barrens.
Georgie has a new mission in life.
Devil rats? That sounds cool.
There is a gang called the Devil
New
Rats.
motorcycle gang.
Are they tameable?
They say yes, but normally by a toxic shaman.
That's right.
You're not corrupt enough yet.
Georgie's
Oh,
gonna
it's
give it a go.
So a corrupted shaman.
Yep.
Okay. Same as the crickets?
Certainly the sort of people that have devil rats as pets are not the sort of people that people will ever hang around.
The crickets don't seem to go either way, but the devil rats generally hang around only the corrupted.
Mm.
Well, the good news is there's still mammals that can be beaten into submission.
They can.
And then eaten.
And they're also susceptible to astral-only attacks.
They're also susceptible to lead poisoning.
Ooh. So devil rats are definitely evil then.
Yeah.
They are dual awakened creatures.
Well, the one's not evil. He's trying to eat a child. Yeah, but the child looks so delicious.
And I'm sure he's willing to share.
Okay, so you're finding out about all the fun stuff in Redmond Barrens. You see that your friend Desrin is has the biggest smile on his face that you've seen in weeks.
Absolutely. He's on his way now. He's almost an ancient.
So Desmond, what are you going to call your new squeeze?
I'll have to see what she tells me.
You interface with it and it asks you what your name is.
Okay. I was more expecting to hear the purr of the engine would tell me what name it is.
It's electric. It's not going to purr unless you've loaded the WAV or MP3 file into it.
Now it's going to dot black.
Yeah. Certainly, yeah. He'll start filling out the appropriate information on that's required. Some of it will even be true.
Okay, just checking your computer skill.
He's negligible.
It still exists.
That's it, negligible.
Okay, so yes, you managed to fill in enough of it to be for it to be happy, and it doesn't get your name wrong,
Oh.
which can sometimes happen. And you find you have a your first set of wheels.
He's hanging now.
And what color is your bike?
What color is darking at the moment?
Well, what color is what?
Like, he may well aim to paint it or do it up over time, but he can't make any changes to it right now, so he's happy to go with whatever colour's there. So,
I'm assuming you picked the color when you went to sit down on amongst all the other bikes.
oh, okay, well, it's like I was thinking there was only really one option available, but okay, if there was options, then certainly he will go with and whatever the appropriate colour. If the ancients tend to have a more predominant colour, i.e. that green that stuff you're about,
Yep.
but definitely would have chosen that if it was available.
Okay, so you get a nice green color.
Yeah.
Which then does work for Seattle, as Seattle does like to call itself the Emerald City. So it lists its own color as emerald green for your insurance purposes, it says.
Marvelous.
And it says it's only got a a couple of 100,000 miles on it, and that it's only 5 years old.
Yeah. One owner, no, a grandmother, only goes on weekends.
And the church of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, from one side of the US to the other.
I was going to say a couple of 100,000 times.
Well, you have to collect the cake to take to church every time, and forget the cake, so get back, come back.
Well, it does run pretty well for a bike that is looks well used.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go and pick
The
up the
way I
cake.
see it, if it goes to a couple of 100,000 miles, it's going to keep going anyway.
Yep.
Well, the bike that's only done 5 might not actually be that good.
So you're going to call it the Ever Ready?
That's good. You'll find out what name comes to it.
On a related note, a friend of mine, he owns trucks in Canada, and he placed an order for a Tesla truck, a pre-order, and they never delivered, so he got a refund, and he basically just scratched his head and made his own company manufacturing retrofitting electric motors into trucks. And so he called that company Edison.
Edison, yeah.
Yeah. And the actual catchphrase of the company is stealing Tesla's ideas since whenever.
Yep.
But not a word of a lie, he's just finished his first prototype.
Marvellous.
That is fabulous. Considering there's just so much bad press about Teslas and electric cars in Australia as well.
Yep.
Unless you buy a Tesla, you'll be hard pressed to find charging stations.
Yeah, that was the story today from someone who had tried to go from Sydney to Canberra.
Okay, so yes, you make it back to your apartment complex, and apparently it's not that hard for you to take it upstairs.
Cool.
You can even ride it all the way up to your room.
That's because it weighs just as much as an elf.
Well, unless it's been common for other residents within the building to ride their bikes and or vehicles up the stairs and around through the corridors, I am happy to push it.
It's not uncommon, but it's not common either.
Yeah. Okay. I don't need to announce the fact that I've got a vehicle here yet.
That's because the last one that did it, the door opened up in front of him, and then he just had to go over the edge.
Well, most
that is the other factor. Is that, yeah, I don't really want to have an accident on the first day.
most apartment doors open inwards, so you're pretty safe on doors opening.
Yeah, but if there's an angry troll coming out the door, he's got an option. Run into an angry troll or get out of the way.
So yes,
or just send one forward first.
As you're sharing a space, Desren actually managed to get home first.
Well, I was surprised
when you come in, you see him carefully polishing.
Yeah,
You can't polish a turd, mate.
Well, you see, he pulled out his childhood bike polishing kit that he's been carrying around for years and never used.
That's right.
But
if I hear any strange noises coming from your room tonight, I'm out.
So, what is the category of joining this ancients group?
That's fairly easy to look online because they are one of the biggest gangs of Seattle. Category 1 must be an elf.
Yeah, well, he's got that part, but what about the other parts?
Category 2 must be sponsored by an existing member.
Yeah, Buckley's on that.
As I said, now that he's got a bike, he can prove his worth, you see.
Well, we all try to do what we can.
It's all stepping stones.
And now that he's ticked off the own a bike, which is about step 5, he can start working on the other steps.
That's right. How hard can it be to get sponsorship from an agent? Surely the bike was the hard bit. and I mean, hey, getting a sponsorship from the agent can be easy. I mean, he's already got the girl's number.
Yeah, and Skype subtitles put as one of the steps, killing the black is the hobbit. I have no idea what that was supposed to be, but somehow you have to kill a black hobbit.
Racist.
Apparently, Skype's trying to tell you how to get into the Ancients.
Like the Assassin's Guild in Oblivion.
Yeah, Skype is secretly Skynet.
So yes, when you get back, you do see on the news that by the time you made it home, the Freedom 5 managed to shut down Baron Blade's Doomsday Machine with 1 minute left on the clock.
Why am I thinking if anybody's seen The Boys, I'm thinking of them.
Well, I was going to say, if from Dexter's perspective, if they hadn't have succeeded, at least he would have died happy.
And they do show the various members of what they call the Freedom 5. You have Legacy, who is who's named after the fact that he's got a family tradition of being a superhero, and his parent and his father before him were all superheroes, dating back before superheroes were even known about.
And so do we recognise his predecessors? If we didn't necessarily recognise, we'd heard vague things about Legacy, but...
So they basically his family is vigilantes.
It is a family of vigilantes, yes. And you have heard stories of superpowered people in the past, and the symbol he wears on his chest of a lantern is recognisable as the Legacy storyline that you've heard.
Okay. So is the Legacy's predecessors and or Freedom 5, have they previously been known to be based in Seattle, or are they based elsewhere as far as the stories went?
This is the first time the news has spoken of them.
Okay.
So you've heard of Legacy in the past, but you also then hear that there is the fastest woman alive, known as Tachyon.
Yeah.
And then they show you a what appears to be a robot that they call Bunker. The fourth member of the team is a smaller robot they call Absolute Zero. And the last member of the team is what appears to be a raven-haired woman in a black cloak they call Wraith.
She sounds polite and nice.
But it does remind, Wraith does remind you of the comic book series you read as a child called Darkwind.
Whoa. Now there's a hero.
And for the other player's perspective, Jeremy played a character called Darkwind in one of the other Shadowrun games I ran.
Right. Who would Jeremy think was the hero other than Jeremy?
Well,
Yeah. So let me guess, those pages are all stuck together as well?
The amusing thing, of course, is the fact that Darkwind wouldn't actually be active around but yet. He started probably about the 2050 or maybe 2050 or so.
He started 2070. About 2070.
Oh yeah, because he was one of the later generation ones, yes.
Yep.
But he based his character on earlier superheroes, so obviously it's okay.
So yes, and once they announced this, they also announced one of the side things is there's a new superhero figure line out the following day as collector's items for the Battle of Seattle.
I'm really surprised that Desmond hasn't talked about any conspiracies with that, because that definitely sounds they could have spent all this just for merchandise.
Yeah, and the five remarking for us.
Did the Baron actually get caught? Or he escaped?
The Baron did get caught, and he is currently in the hands of the UCAS military. And they are...
credits say that he escapes within the next week.
And there are talks that that there is the Baron Blade playset currently in development.
Well, I was going to say,
Pre-order now.
when you look at the actual merchandising for the Freedom 5, it's been put out by Baron Blade Enterprises. He was getting his 30 billion either way.
Wouldn't it be just Blade Enterprises?
Baron Blade.
Okay, so when you have a look at the merchandising, it seems to be solely under the company called Montgomery Industries. A AA corporation running out of UCAS. They specialize in high-end technology.
Like toy figurines that you can move the arms.
So are these figures like the figures out of Toy Soldiers?
No, not that advanced. These ones are all the plastic, cheap as possible, manufactured with branding on them.
I was going to say.
So they can't run with you.
Now made with only 40% asbestos.
And that they currently have collector's items with potential hero signatures if you bring them to the convention at the end of next month, they say. Get them signed by the heroes of Seattle next month.
What? They're suggesting the Ancient's going to be there.
No, the Ancients are not going to be in there because there wasn't a single elf.
Hard to
remember the elf supremacists, they're elves first.
Well, I'm sure that Desmond will be buying a ticket tomorrow, expecting there to be Ancients signing his stuff for him.
Well, that all depends. You can't necessarily afford a ticket tomorrow.
He didn't specify what type of ticket. Could be a speeding ticket, parking ticket.
Yeah, Desmond couldn't even afford a valet ticket at the moment.
A speeding ticket might be what in the ancients are willing to sign.
There's a good chance that's true.
If you demonstrate a good speed.
And now you got a chance to do so. So does this mean that Desmond's going to be investing in a helmet?
What for?
To protect your elf features, because if you decide to get some bad grammar rash, you won't be classed as an elf, right, would you?
Yeah, but why would he want to cover perfection?
Okay. What makes you think you're
Basically, just learn the arts of magic.
Jackson's a great pilot and a great driver. You ain't great.
Wow, Jeremy, your character is going the same way as every other one of your characters.
So, Desmond, what is their ancients' view on cybernetics? Because you definitely need probably facial reconstruction, enhancements and things like that from if you go off your bike at that speed.
Hey. The ancients recognise that technology can make improvements.
I'm sure at this stage that even Georgie brings up the cyberware will discount you for entry.
So I have a discount.
So it will stop you getting entry into the Ancients.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're purists. So that means I'll probably have to get good at my healing stuff and knitting bones.
That will come in handy. You just got to get yourself some of those really long knitting needles, so when you knit the bones properly, they'll come out right.
No, I'll probably end up hitting people with the knitting needles.
I mean, one or both.
And I'm sure getting into needling is not that bad for a troll.
Some needlework.
There's nothing wrong with acupuncture.
Plus, all you have to do is get some.
Knitting and crocheting, not bloody poking somebody with small little pins.
And when you put paint on the end of it and then you poke them with it, you've moved into tattooing.
Mm. Well, I mean, you brought up the needles.
What was that, Victor?
What?
Sorry, I missed what Victor said. So, okay, so yes, so you have succeeded in your outing to collect a bike worthy of the name bike.
Jason's happy you can retire now.
And you've witnessed the first media sensation of superheroes coming to save the day against a supervillain.
Yeah, it was almost as impressive as compared to the first Great Dragon.
I'm back.
So witnessing it, you can at least say what you were doing in Seattle the day the superheroes saved the day.
And Jason could not only say what he was doing, he'd say, look, and here's the bike.
You need to take some photos of it too.
What do you mean he hasn't already?
It's a rat. It was delicious.
I'm sure Desmond has all the poses done already.
That's right, Jason's already filled up all his data capacity.
And you see his red book for the Redmond Barrens pages has him and his bike spread all over it. He would try to get into Facebook, but he doesn't have enough data to actually get onto the global network. Okay, so as we are close on 10 o'clock at the moment, I am looking at saying we'll wrap it up here with you actually managing to get another run down your sleeves without actually killing anyone.
And not getting ourselves.
And not getting shot either is always good.
Yep. But many rats died for us to get lunch, and a super villain got caught.
Well, they were already dead, I guess.
Okay, and it wasn't many rats. It was only about half of that.
Except for the rats on the stick, they were just the small ones that they caught early.
Yep, and some crickets.
And dog crickets.
And I'm sure...
Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much. And
We'll catch you guys next week or week after or whenever.
Yeah, if it's next week, it would be great. Oh wait, I can't be there if it's next week.
I was actually going to the next year. There'll be people on at different times, so...
different
I'm not
groups.
going to catch up with you again for at least another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Unless we end up getting JB or one of the Pathfinder back on track again.
Yep. I will ask the Friday group and see what we can sort out. Because I'd like to get Pathfinder back running again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be great. Great.
It will be. So, thank you for joining us for Shadowrun tonight and the Great Bike Show. Sometimes things do go your way, especially when you're at a black market deal.
It's just because of Declan's winning smile.
I'm sure flirting with the sales girl does not hurt at all.
Absolutely.
So, have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you at the next game.
Sure do. Good night, all. Thanks very much.
Good night.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.